Well, Dale, last home game of the season, we finished it with a win, but how are your feelings about the Bankies
Well, I'm
time?
delighted today. We needed that result, and it's always nice to finish a home domestic season with a win. That was good today, that was good. And let's be honest about it, it's always a wee bit of a pleasure beating Ashfield as well.
Of course.
So, hard fought, was a lot of football in the game, but sometimes you've got to play a wee bit dirty, and we did it today. Dirty in the sense that we had to scrap and fight for every got, not that anything of our behaviour I thought was malicious in any shape or form. But no, good 3 points, well done the boys, and that's us squeezing up in that league as well. Still a wee chance of getting third spot. Certainly no worse than fourth this season, and I think that's pretty good return for our efforts this year. This was always going to be a difficult season for the club, following the great end to the last season with Daz and Adam and the real high hopes. It was always going to be a wee bit of after the Lord Mayor show this year, trying to follow that. But the satisfying thing was we started the season positively, we got a good few results on the board early on. We hit the dip, as we always knew we were going to do. Limited amount of squad and limited amount of players, and injuries and suspensions were always going to come in, as they did. The cups were always disappointing. For a lot of aspects it's a bit of kudos playing in the cups, and there's a financial aspect for the club as well. But if you ask me, I would say that it's maybe been a blessing in disguise, because it's allowed us to focus with the limited squad we've had on what we've got to do, and I think third or fourth spot is a very worthwhile return for our efforts this year.
Yeah, especially since a lot of people are tipping us to basically have not a lot of hope without guys like Daz and Strachan and all that, you know.
Yeah, but these people who tipped us to do that, the greatest respect them, really don't know too much about what's going on in the club.
Exactly.
And there's an awful lot of hard work goes on here, and I'm not entirely sure we do punch above our weight, but I think we hold our own. But we're basically still a young team, and that's why we get mistakes and we lose games, as evident against Rob Roy last week. Wasn't much in that game, certainly wasn't a 3-0 game for Rob Roy. However, I think these people who predicted us to be propping up the table were well, naive. I think there's a bit more spirit and a bit more ability and a lot of hard work with a lot of people in this club, no, third or fourth doesn't surprise me at all.
Okay, well, you also talk very affectionately about the club, and I don't know if many fans are aware of it, but this is your last season at the club.
This is the last season, this is it, last season officially behind the scenes. I'm going to be renewing my season ticket and going back to where I started as a supporter of the club. So I'll be able to sustain some involvement yet, and I'm sure there'll be roles for me doing that. I should point out there's no ulterior motive towards this. There's an awful lot going on in my life. That's Big Ronnie, by the way, if you're looking at me and thinking what's going on.
Yeah. That's
Big Ronnie banging the door outside here, being clumsy as he is, you know what I mean? But he's a lovable big clumsy robot.
Oh, yeah.
That's Ronnie, okay? There's no ulterior motive as to why I'm going. There's an awful lot of things going on in my life right now. A couple of wee bit of work commitments and other issues, which means I really can't give it the full and dedicated time which I think is needed, and there's other things as well. So it's just the right time to step down. And I'm certain the club will get someone new in who will be quicker on the pitch than me, who will be less rotund, I mean, who will be nicer. I don't think they're going to get a girl, I hope not, but if they do, I'm sure she'll be a very pretty girl, because I always get compared to these pretty girl physios that come from other clubs and get told that I'm just an ugly big sod. So I know that, you don't need to tell me that, but no, it's been, it's one of those poignant moments, isn't it, where 5 or 6 years doing this comes to a close. But been great 5 or 6 years, loved every minute of it. Of course I've been a Bankies fan all my life. First game 1966 against Chelsea. I go way back to people like Tony Moy and John Arrell and these people, so I've seen them all. I was at Dens that Tuesday night way back, and God knows when, dog school to go there, celebrated. I've seen the club through its highs and its lows. I've also been lucky enough to be involved in football at a senior level, both as physio and coaching at Queen of the South, Stranraer and Albion Rovers, and of course latterly here at Clydebank. The guys behind the scenes are just not colleagues of mine, they're dear friends. Budgie's been a long dear friend and will continue to be a long dear friend. Suey, Hammy, Gordon and everybody, including yourself, John, who have committed so much to this club, are all dear friends, and I have them in the highest regard. So there's only one way this club is going, and that is up the way. And once again, I repeat the message: you must keep believing. Keep believing. And our day will come. We will get a stadium. We will get a better quality of opposition and players, and we will find ourselves where we should be in the Scottish game, wherever that may be. But keep believing, keep supporting, keep getting your friends to come along, and get your pals to bring their pals along. Get an extra 20, 30, 40, 50 through the gate. Get up to an extra 100 through the gate. Get out there. This is your local club. Knock doors. Bring them along. Get them along to support the Bankies. The Bankies. The Bankies. Keep bringing their folk along. This is a club.
Well, that's a very good shout out to try and get some more numbers along. But before we end things there, I was just going to try and think. You've been at club, as you said, a good few years. What's your favourite memories? Your favourite memories?
Oh, James, there's been that many, I have to say, and not all of them would be the pretty obvious ones. Okay, the cup run was never to be forgotten, and the roar that day at Rugby Park when Big Chris bullet-headed that in will live with me to the day I die, and I hope it does live with me to the day I die. In fact, I hope my last thoughts, one of my last thoughts is, as well as reflecting on my family, will be hearing that roar again. And for that 10 minutes spell after that, hope was really high, and even in defeat I thought we conducted ourselves that day in such a way which we put ourselves back on, not only the football mark, but also as a community. And it would have been ever so nice to win that, but that's irrelevant. Talbot are a good club and a good team, but we presented ourselves that day fantastically, and that was a great memory. But that's an obvious one.
Yeah.
The whole cup run that year was full of real highs and lows.
Amazing drama, yeah.
Absolutely. There was the Carnoustie games, and Ian Anderson scored here at home park with the last kick of the ball when we were out of nothing. We were dead and buried, and then there was a penalty shootout, and then of course the Pollock games were just fantastic occasions. But also the two cup victories in the Central League Cup were marvellous. The crowds that night at Pollock were fantastic, and there's been so many other good games as well. The Alan Jack goal against Lochee,
one of my favourites, yeah.
Sensational. It's just sensational.
The noise that day as well.
The noise that day, the Hibby generated such a great noise, and it was a wonderful wee place to play a football. And if only, but you know, we move on. But that day was fantastic. Other wee days as well. Great moments. Good players. Real good players. We've been fortunate to have some right good quality players who have contributed in my time here. Stefan, of course, would go down in folklore for the cup year for lots of reasons. John Jack was a fantastic player.
Yeah.
He just embodied everything which is good in professional football. Wholehearted, committed. Alan Jack was very skillful as well. Gary Lynn was good. The current squad, Trigger is fantastic, and all the boys. I'm just picking names because I've known these boys all the years. Daz was just immense. Daz's input to not only the club but the team was just immense, and everything's been good about it. And all the boys right now have been sensational, and they've been great to work with. What people don't realise out there in supporter land is the amount of hard work that goes in to these training nights. Real crappy, shitty Monday, Wednesday nights when rain driving down, wind blowing, snow swirling around, freezing cold, out to 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and these boys give it their all. They give it their all, and it's a pleasure to work with people like that. So these moments bring beating Talbot down in the first round of the cup after we lost was a wee sweet moment.
Revenge,
as well.
yeah.
The disappointment was the Larks game, obviously, and a few other ones where we felt we should maybe have done better. The Broxburn game, remember we got 1-0 up and we lost a silly late goal through in Bathgate. Was it Bathgate? It was Bathgate. It wasn't Broxburn. It was Bathgate.
Yeah.
The quarter final, we lost a silly late goal in the replay, and an even shittier goal in the first game, and a shittier goal in the replay.
Yeah.
To go out. That was disappointing. There's been other disappointments. Not winning league a couple of years ago in Ashfield. In fairness to them, came like a train and overtook us with the last kick of the ball to win it. So these things, but that's football. That's irrelevant. The compounding factor about this club, it's a fantastic football club. It's run with fantastic people. It's people who give their all for it. It's people who are committed to it, and it's people who believe that what we're doing is the right thing, not only for the club but for the community and the town. And we'll keep doing that, and I'm going to support that all the time, all the way. And I would encourage you, as I said earlier, to keep supporting. Get support. The only way we're going to get better is by getting more folk through the gate, give us a bit more money, get better players, and we will be better. So get out and get the team supported. That's it. Because the rest of Scottish football, I'm telling you right now, is cack. It's cack. This is a million times better than 3rd division, 2nd division where I've been. Get in here. This is your local team. Get out there and start supporting. Am I talking too much here, Jad? Are you fed up with this?
Not at all.
Is this interview running into
well,
Cecil B. DeMille lens
the
here?
interview will definitely be
an epic now.
The interview will definitely be longer in the Hatch itself, but for fact, it is your more entertaining what the game was today, so don't worry
about it. Do you think so?
Oh, yeah,
the game was scrappy today.
It was a scrappy game.
We needed to do that. The pitch was a bit fiery. There was a wind blowing down the park.
Aye.
You know, listen, I do need to say this as well, folks,
yes.
and for all those folks who are listening, everybody's been immensely kind to me since my announcement made. I was calling it quits from behind the scenes. I've had so many good messages and lots of nice touches to me in the programme today. I thought was a wonderful touch, and that will be a great memento, and I'll pass that down to my 2 sons. So thank you for all that. That's fantastic. I'm not going to be a stranger. You'll see me about the place. I'm happy to help Budgie and Sue and Jamie and Hammy in any way they can. If they want me to help, I'm happy to do it. I think I might be helping Stephen McLaren, having help him in commercial work. So if you're out there and you're a business and you're sitting looking at this thinking, who is this guy talking? Well, be prepared for a knock on your door and me asking for you to turn you upside down to empty your money to support the Wankies. But it's been a wonderful, wonderful experience, and without a doubt, having been in the game for some 25 years, the time here has been certainly my most memorable, and I'm really thankful for all who have made it such a pleasure to be here.
Okay, well, we'll look forward to also see you in the terraces, Sam. You know, next season, joining in with cheering the guys on.
I will be cheering the guys on. You can be rest assured that I'll be cheering them on. I won't be using any foul and abusive language. My comments will be constructive. I won't be shouting and bawling. I won't be. And if any people who know me well believe that, then they'll
yeah, you can't even keep a smile off your face.
They'll be laughing to the ice cream tonight. But and thanks to you, Jad. You're such an invaluable input as well. And I'm not patronising you because you're standing opposite me with a handheld camera. Your contribution in keeping those folk who can't get to games to see them is really invaluable, and you're a true banky and a real important part of what we're trying to achieve at this club.
Well, there's a lot of, you know, it's like everybody, you know, has a big input in things like guys that work at the programme, guys that work at the pitch.
Absolutely, guys, so much.
It's everybody, yeah. So
the
shop's amazing.
The shop's amazing. What's going on now with this pie stall and all the stuff we're trying to do, we're chipping away at it, nice and easy. Keep believing, keep supporting us, keep believing. It's going to happen. It will happen, trust me. And on that note, adios amigos. Keep believing, support the Bankies.
Dale, thank you very much for everything you've done.
Thank you.